Hello friends, today we will learn about OSPF LSA type 4. What is OSPF LSA type 4? It is also called ASBR summary LSA. Why? Because it tells information to other routers in each areas that where is my ASBR. If anybody from area 2 wants to go to his external route, then he will come to know via LSA type 4 or summary ASBR LSA. So that by this he will come to know how to reach to external route, to whom I have to forward my routes. So this is the scenario where we are using router 1, router 2, router 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and router 8. This router 8 is in EIGRP 50 domain and other routers are in OSPF domain. So what we will do, we will redistribute this into OSPF. Then this routers, each routers having its loopback as a router ID, means we have configured this router 1 router ID as 1.1.1. Similarly, as with the name of the router, means router 5 will have 5.5.5.5 router ID. Same way, this router, which is an external router or ASBR router, it is in both areas, and this is external router, and this router 3 will have a router ID 3.3.3.3. So what type 4 LSA informs? It informs rest of the OSPF domain how to reach to ASBR. Link state ID, the field which is in LSA type 4, link state ID will be router ID of ASBR. Means in this scenario, the router ID of router 3, that is 3.3.3.3, generated by ABR only when ASBR router exists in the area. This type 4 LSA will generated by ABR only when an ASBR router exists in that area. Means other router will not generate it, only this router will generate it. What happens if in this area where this ASBR is connected, it will generate a type 1 LSA with external bit. With the external bit, it will send here, and router 2 will generate a type 4 LSA which is having advertised router as 2.2.2.2 and link state ID of this ASBR, that 3.3.3.3. It will float in backbone area 0, then it will float it to backbone area, then router 5 will regenerate that type 4 LSA, replacing advertised router ID as its router ID, that 5.5.5.5. When you see on router 7, then what will happen? Router 7, you will see the LSA type 4 with router ID as advertised router ID as 5.5.5.5 and the link state ID as a ASBR, that is 3.3.3.3. But if you will see in router 4, you will not found this LSA. Why? Because type 4 LSA is not generated, not propagated on the area in which ASBR is, because it automatically knows it is in same domain, so it OSPF area, so it will by default he will know how to reach which is my ASBR router, because it will generate a type 1 LSA with external bit on. So all the routers in this area will come to know that it is connected to external area. So this is type 4 LSA. I think you have a clear idea about type 4 LSA. Today we will discuss about LSA type 5. What is LSA type 5? Type 5 LSA is also called AS external LSA. External LSA, why it is called? Because it gives the information about external routes. The same scenario we are taking router 1, router 2, router 3, router 4, 5, 6, 7. These are in area 1, these are in area 0 and these are in area 2, and this is EIGRP 50, means R3 is connected to external route via router 3, it is a ASBR. So the external route, that is 8.8.8.1 and 38.1.1.1 is advertised to other area via LSA type 5. LSA type 4, what it does, it only informs about ASBR, but it do not tell about routes. But LSA type 5 will advertise from this will be generated by ASBR and it will float it to other area. This it is used to describe route to network outside OSPF domain. Link state ID of external LSA, this external type 7 LSA is network number. The link state ID will be network number, means this 38 network or this 8 network. Whatever external network is advertised in EIGRP is redistributed in this router 3, then it comes to router then it comes in this OSPF domain. As it is generated by ASBR, so always you will get ASBR router ID, that is 3.3.3.1 as a generated where the advertised router is there, then it will be always 3.3.3.t. Although it is passing the LSA, but it is generated by this only, so advertised router will always be 3.3.3.1. OSPF do not summarize automatically the routes, so manual summarization should be done at router 3 or ASBR, so that we can reduce the flooding problem. One more concept is there regarding OE1 and OE2. When you will advertise this route and it is flooded via LSA type 5 and it will reach to router 7 or router 6 or this router 4, what will happen? If by default you are not changing while redistribution, you are not changing your default metric. There are two metric, that is metric 2, metric 1 and metric type. If you are not changing any metric type, then it comes only via OE2. If you will see, so OSPF route in this router 7 in routing table, then you will get this OE2 and the default metric will always set 20. By default it will set 20 if there is no change in metric type, or you have not set it while redistribution, you have not set the metric type 1, means you have set metric type 2. Okay, by default it is set to OE2, means metric type 2. When you are redistributing, there is one command like router OSPF, we will go inside router OSPF, whatever OSPF is just like 1, then we will redistribute EIGRP metric type. If we are setting it to 1, then what will happen? It will add the internal cost also to show when you will show IP OSP this routes in this router 7, you will get a metric which is adding these internal costs also. If you are not firing that command, it will take, by default it will take a metric type 2, so it will give a fixed metric of type 20. Same way, if it is a NSSA area in router, if in next video we will discuss, upcoming video we will discuss this NSSA or type 7 LSA, then you will get ON1 or ON2 routes. So this is the concept of this OE1 and OE2, and the larger scenario you have seen how this LSA type is generated, what is inside LSA type 4. In next video we will see in lab this LSA type 5. So be in touch and keep watching our videos.